Hi guys, I wanted to talk about my Sephora haul today. I went in there with some gift cards and I was really excited to go in there with actual research done instead of just grabbing whatever had the prettiest packaging. And I had a really great associate who was able to help me pick the best stuff for my skin. I just got home, so you can see the makeup she did. The lips I just touched up with my own lipstick, but my favorite thing is the bronzer I got. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the experience and what you can do to make your trip to Sephora more beneficial. So first thing I did was I wrote down, I researched, I knew my skin type. So I have dry skin and I know that I have acne prone skin too. And so I didn't want to get anything that was oil based or had a lot of silicone in it or stuff that was going to break me out. They have some treatments that have like salicylic acid in them, which is in a lot of acne treatment medications. And um, I didn't want that because I already have acne medication from a dermatologist. So I wanted something that was not going to aggravate my acne, but I didn't need medication. So I did that research. And then I wanted something that was full coverage. When I take off my makeup, I have a lot of redness in my cheeks. And then a lot of times wherever I have acne, which is usually my chin. And I wanted full coverage so that I can add color back in, like she did with the bronzer on my cheeks. But I don't need my natural coloring. Honestly, I don't really like it. I just get a patch of pink right here, and then usually right here for some reason. I don't know. So I got a full coverage, but first I want to talk about the primer. The primer I got comes in this box here. It's sorry, it's really hard to do this backwards. It's the Too Faced Primed Poreless Pure Oil Free Primer. And this is oil-free. It's skin smoothing face primer for sensitive skin. And the bottle looks like this. And you just squeeze it into your hand. And what's really cool about this is it has like the neatest texture. It's like a gel Vaseline lotion. It's hard to describe. It's a clear color and you put it on under your foundation. And it's supposed to help basically be a barrier between your foundation and your pores because you don't want your foundation to sink into your pores, and that causes acne in general. So primer is a really good idea if you have acne. It might go against what you think because you think, oh, the more products I put on my skin, the worse my acne is going to be. So I better just go bare and just do foundation and that's it. It's actually the other way around. If you get a good primer, you can really help your skin. Anyway, this one is poreless. So Too Faced primed and poreless pure. They call it pure because it's the one without the oil and it's for sensitive skin. But this one is poreless because it's supposed to pore minimize. So I was really excited to find this line. I went through, almost got one of these Makeup Forever brand sets that came with their own primer. But she had me put it on my skin and it was like instantly dry and flaky because I have dry skin. And the box set that they have is like you have the standard primer, the standard powder, the standard whatever, and then you just pick whatever foundation shade you are, and it comes with like a fancy brush to put your foundation on. But it's all like one set, and you just get to pick your foundation color. And that's the cheapest way to go about it, but not necessarily the best for me because I didn't like all of the products in their line. I did end up getting the Makeup Forever foundation. Now, the one that a lot of girls talk about on YouTube is the HD foundation, which has no SPF in it, so you don't get that ghostly look in the flash of HD cameras. But, like, how often do I go to an HD camera? Never. So, this one I liked. It's Makeup Forever Matte Velvet foundation. And it really gives you a nice velvety skin tone. Now, I know that I can add shimmer back in my face using bronzer, blush, highlight, a dewy finish setting spray, and all that. So I was like, I don't need my foundation to be dewy necessarily. And if you can tell, like, the foundation, the finish is very matte. There's no shimmer to it whatsoever. And it looks a little pale in this lighting, but it doesn't look that pale in person. Anyway, so she applied this with a stippling brush, which is like a blush brush, but with like a firm tip. And it had like a really soft finish on my skin. I really like that. So I haven't bought one of those before, but I think I may invest. It sounds really cool. The next thing I bought was a Too Faced, which is the same brand as the primer. There's the primer, and this is the powder. Too Faced Primed and Poreless Skin Smoothing Priming Powder and Finishing Veil. So you could use this as a priming powder before you put on your makeup, or you can use it as like a mineral veil, like a after you put on your makeup setting powder. And it's translucent, and I got the loose powder, but they have this in a pressed powder as well. It's really sheer, but it's supposed to, this one's the poreless kind, so it's supposed to help minimize your pores, which you have a lot of acne, like I have on my cheeks from old acne stuff. My pores are larger, and you just want something that's going to minimize that. You don't want people looking at the texture of your skin if it's not the greatest. So that is another piece, and I asked, do I need this if I already got the pore refining primer? Do I need a pore refining powder? And she says it doesn't hurt to reinforce it. Like, okay, I guess that's good. The next thing I bought, which unfortunately they were out of in stock, so I had to order online in the store. If you order it online at home, you pay shipping costs if it's under $50, which my bronzer was under $50. But if they order it online for you in the store because they're out of the product, then it's free shipping. So I ordered the Benefit Hoola bronzer, which is gorgeous. The reason I like it, because I've seen a lot of bronzers, I've tried a lot of bronzers, but like I said, I have acne prone skin, and I don't necessarily need shimmer on my cheeks to show off the fact and draw attention to the fact that I have larger pores and acne scarring. So I like the Benefit Hoola primer bronzer because I was able to use it as matte. It's like a slightly darker than my skin tone. It's meant for fair to maybe medium girls, which apparently I am. And you can find that out. If you don't know how to match your foundation, it's simple. You go to Sephora. They use this little machine and they take your skin, kind of like taking your temperature almost, but they take a few swatches of your skin and then they come up with a number. And I was like 1Y07, and then this time I went back and I was 2Y05. And they were taken about 2.5 months apart, my skin shades. And so I gave the lady the two skin shades that I have come up with in the past. And she's like, okay, well, these are good starting points. We'll try a few different foundations. We'll try a few different powders until we get the right one. So you go in there with a starting point, or you can just go in there and say, can you color match me? Because I have no idea. Gotten questions on that, so I thought that was important to bring up. But anyway, so I got the Hoola bronzer, and it's actually just a slightly darker than my skin tone brown with no shimmer in it. It's not orangey. It's not red. It's awesome. It's like a neutral brown. So she put it on my cheekbones. You can't really tell that much in this lighting. There you go. Now you can see it. But she puts it also, she did a C shape, which I do with my own bronzer, like this, which makes your forehead look smaller. And it also makes your face just have a healthy glow. A lot of people know to put it on their cheeks, but they don't realize that you can take it up to your brow area. She also did it under my chin, which you can't see in this lighting, but she just bronzed under here, which makes the shadowing helps your double chins recede, which is really cool. And then the next thing I bought was a Sephora blush. And I've never bought a Sephora blush before, so I wasn't sure how I was going to like them, but I wanted a pink, like a very rosy pink, not a plum pink, not a, coral pink, not a, so I got this color, and it's really hard to see, but it's a Sephora brand. This lighting doesn't really help, but it's pink. And I got a couple more things to talk about. I got the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. It's oil-free, paraben-free, temperature control technology. This is the Urban Decay Makeup Setting Spray that's cooling and hydrating. They also have the Urban Decay like all-nighter finishing spray that you spray on your face when your makeup's done. But that one is more for balanced skin or combination skin. This one is meant, it says cooling and hydrating. It's meant to be for people with dry skin. So I really liked that, and the lady recommended it to me. And you just take off the cap and spray it on your face after you finish putting on your makeup. smells, I don't know how to explain it, fresh. But she said that since that's hydrating, I don't need a dewy foundation. That'll give enough of a dewy. And the last thing, well, almost the last thing, is a mascara. Now, I went in there expecting, because of the reviews, to get Benefit's They're Real mascara, which they have a mini size for $10, and the large one's like $23 or something, but it's a lot bigger. And I went in there for that, and I told her I want lengthening, I don't want flaky, and I want a good mascara. And she said, no, 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 try this one. And so I got this one. It's called Buxom, and it's really a kind of a cool brush. I'm going to try to show the wand in the camera. I don't know if it'll show up. But the Benefit They're Real mascara has the bristles kind of far apart, and it has little spikies at the very end of the wand, the tip. This one has, let's see if I can get out of the way, has the bristles really close together, and the tip is soft, no spikes. And she swears by it. I haven't tried it yet, to be honest with you, but looks pretty cool. Just looking at the wands. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about at Sephora is how you can get samples. And samples are free, right? But they don't just give them to you. You have to ask, of course, but you also have to like tell them what you want. Like, you can't go in there and be like, do you have any samples today? Like, they're gonna be like, no, go away. But if you're like, hey, I really wanted to try this perfume, but I just want to make sure it's going to last all day. I want to make sure that it smells the same at the end of the day, or I just want to make sure my husband likes it or something, whatever. You can get little samples. So I asked today, and she said you can get up to 3. I'm like, perfect. So I got this little bottle trial, basically. This one is Dior, and it's a bouquet flavor. It's a new one. And this is a $90 bottle of perfume for the full size. So, of course, I was like, I usually wear Dior, but I haven't tried this new bouquet kind. I've never worn Dior in my life. Not gonna lie. But the next one I got was called Flower in the Air. And they're just little samples, but I've been using one of these little samples I got from Ulta for like 2 weeks. And that would have been at least $10 worth of perfume. And the last one I got is called Bright Crystal. And I don't know who made that one either. But that's probably at least $10, $15 worth of free perfume, because each of these is $90, $80, and $70 or something like that for a full-size bottle, and I got 3 trials. That's like a month probably for me. And the last thing I got, now I don't know much about these, but all it says on the package is X. The letter X, that's all. But this is high frequency. I think that's the name of the shade. It's a teal nail polish. And these are single-use samples that you can get at Sephora right now. I don't know how many they have left. They only had teal left at the location I went to today. But I guess you twist the little top, like I don't know. And it has a nail polish applicator in there. And it's a single use. It paints all 10 of your nails in this little thing. And it's free. Like, I guess they had a lot of colors initially, but they've run out. But they may get more. They sell these, basically they come in the full size nail polishes, but these are like samples. They're trying to get you to buy their nail polish. And I'm never going to buy their nail polish, probably. So this was really neat for me because I got a chance to try it, and who knows, maybe it'll be awesome and I'll go buy it. But those are just, if you have to ask and you have to look around for samples, and you never know, like maybe I'll get addicted to this Dior perfume and feel like it's worth it. It lasts 2 days, or maybe I don't know. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. If you have acne-prone skin or larger pores or more mature skin and you don't want a bronzy, shimmery bronzer, and you have maybe a fair to medium skin, the Hoola bronzer is awesome. If you have dry skin, I'd recommend getting the Urban Decay Cooling and Hydrating Spray. Gives you just enough dewiness and adds moisture back into your skin if you don't use a moisturizer every time you put on your makeup. And then acne-prone skin, the Too Faced Primed Poreless and Pure primer and the powder will help minimize your pores, but won't block it. It'll have a barrier between your makeup and your face, and that'll help you not break out. And then Makeup Forever makes several different foundations, but I like this one, so we tried different colors based on my color IQ test and came up with that shade. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about what you can do at Sephora, the capabilities they have.